Hello all, it's me Aki from Bringforth, and this is set 30 part 1. I just woke up, it's 2:30 in the night, and I slept for, I slept for 13 hours, and I have the flu, which I clearly know is from, well, the alien contact, so I'm like quarrying with my immune system, so anytime something really interesting or weird happens, I get stressed and I get the flu. So that's my confirmation for something weird actually having happened, because my body reacts to it better than I do. Talking with a friend about the alien contacts and mentioning that I feel more comfortable with the lizard aliens than the greys, because people who have their own agenda seem more easy to predict. They seem understandable instead of aliens who have an agenda that's not really talked about in open. The greys' agenda seems to be that they are a offspring from our civilization from the future, traveling back in time trying to prevent a nuclear war. But that being said, they should understand that it's not their future. They are tampering with another planet that is not their planet. Even though they travel in time, they should have that understanding that no matter what they do, if they even successfully prevent our wars, they will destroy themselves as a civilization. So to me, it just seems like we should be a little wary of them. I don't know, but that's what it seems like to me. The lizard aliens seem a little more understandable. They are carnivores and have been living on this planet in the past, and we have our own history period when the lizards were the dominant species on this planet, so it's not impossible to think that they evolved and then hid themselves, because it's not an impossibility, and they seem a little more sincere in their attempts. Now, that being said, I heard, or in one of these videos that I watched, the lizard alien mention that they are currently interested, or the alien market is currently interested in seawater, which I know. I already did the water bottle shaking, which caused a lot of attention. Air, which we can't sell because our air is a problem. We don't have a handle on our atmospheric air, so we don't really have a right to sell it, because there's a planet-wide problem with air. And copper, which to me is a bit of a surprise, but it is not a big surprise. Now, most of these alien contacts want from the aliens technology or information. I don't. We are not the leading society on this planet, and there's enough art and eccentricities and trinkets and technology that we can get from normal methods, and it is still so much more advanced than what we have that it is enough. It is a big enough difference. But selling copper or seawater to an alien group, I have no objections with. If they pay with our stock market corrected prices, in that we look at the global stock exchanges and see how much these commodities are going for at the moment, and then sell them directly, it's not something I'm against. So I don't see a reason why we shouldn't trade with these people and have a relationship with them while we do so. So from my limited political rights, because my rights in this system to do trades like this is recognized, I have the right to be the foreign secretary for a moment for my country, but everything has to go through parliament. So if the trade I suggest is a bad one, according to Parliament it won't pass, but I can actually legally suggest a trade. I can make a petition online, and then people will vote for it or against it, and I can actually make it like this as well. So if an alien group is actually interested in buying from us, or actually interested in getting copper or seawater, we can actually sell them. Our country's internal production list is a little off-putting because we don't have the domestic production capability for a lot of our things that we need, like uranium, because we ship uranium from the major sellers in the world across the sea and the land routes, and this is dangerous because it increases the chance of pollution being a real thing. It increases the chance of pollution fucking up the system very badly. If one of those ships with a uranium cargo actually sinks, it could destroy a coastline for centuries. So it would be much safer for us to have a domestic uranium production, but the current global companies that are able to do so are asking for exuberant rights. They are asking for rights to do things like not actually clean up the messes that they make, because for a normal company or corporation, when they make a trade deal with a country like ours, we ask them to do things like clean up the area after they're done and so on. But the uranium corporations are so centralized that we can't actually ask them for these things. So we aren't actually in a position to demand that they clean up their messes after they leave our country. And this is a reason why we haven't been able to get the uranium mine into our own country. These international conglomerations are so strong in their market position that they don't really want to do so. So if these alien groups actually want to help us, they can set up a trade treaty with Finnish corporations where they buy copper and seawater from us, and in exchange they help us find our uranium mine, and they can help us actually build it. And through a shadow corporation system where they are working through human corporations in other countries, which is what they would probably do, they are actually allowed to attempt to do the trade or the mine themselves, so they can actually attempt to build it. But they would have to have a treaty that is very open for us to be on the good side of the fence, because we don't want to have to clean up your messes after you're done, because your corporation has technical understanding that we don't. So if we have to clean up your messes, it's going to be insanely expensive because we don't have the methods and the wherewithal that you have, because it's your field. So that being said, if you guys are actually interested in trading with us, I am offering that we sell you copper and seawater, because there is a lot of copper on this planet and there's a lot of seawater on this planet, and we're a coastline civilization in that we're on the coast. So if we sell seawater, we will actually, if the trade goes too far, we'll be the ones that don't benefit from it. So there will be an inherent interest in not doing too much. So in short, that is what I'm proposing. I'm proposing you, in this particular case I would even say lizard aliens, set up a corporation in a friendly neighborhood or a friendly country, and try to get the rights to build a uranium mine. In exchange, we will give you the copper and the seawater at a fair exchange. We are not really interested in technical or information of the future nature of abilities and things like that. We have enough of that already. We have our own, let's just call it religions, who talk about such things, and it's for us to keep searching for it on our own. So that's not something we're interested in. If you give it at a significant discount so that we can actually see that it is at a discount, then we may be interested, but it isn't the primary interest. Our interest is in developing our country. So from that point of view, it's not that difficult to have a group like this inhabit this country like any other group that would inhabit this country. So that is probably all.
moving on. Wake up, homie. I got a joint. Wake up, homie. Chicken in a chicken wire fence, in a chicken wire ball. Cute. This is supposed to be us. A couple of primitive boys building something on a burnt out field. What are they doing? Digging up clay? Digging up coal, perhaps? That seems like coal to me. Are you guys making a pot roast?
seems like an oven to me. Wilderness technology. Making some kind of narcotic tea. Yeah, it is some kind of narcotic tea. Or perhaps just tea. Good work. That was a beautiful performance. Ew.
So if I don't find anything else worth mentioning in the short while, this will be the end of this update. So we would be willing to sell copper and seawater. So yeah, we will be selling seawater and copper to aliens in exchange for market-priced commodities, things like uranium and uranium mines and precious metals and things of that nature. We won't be interested in technology because, not being the leading society on this planet, there's enough technology to go around. We can actually find it on the other humans level fairly easily. And I'm not opposed to these alien groups interacting with us because that is just life. That is all.